I have green eyes. What do you mean? What do you bring to the table? What more do I need to, like, bro?
Everyone else has found somebody, but I still haven't.
So I thought, do you know what, Chloe? You're sitting and you're rotting away on this sofa. Give someone a chance. I have to open my heart at some point in life, right?
Being nice isn't being honest, and I feel like people need a bit more honesty in today's world.
His reply was, I'm busy and I'm focusing on myself right now.
So the economy is dying. The NHS is dying. The country feels like it's been overrun. And dating? Welcome back. I hope you're ready.
Slay the dragon, mate. She's built like a unit.
Guys, we have another contender for most f***ing ridiculous message sent by a man. Now, before we move on, not all men, I understand that. I'm not saying it's all men. I'm sharing real life experiences that either I have experienced or my close friends have experienced. If you're getting f***ing triggered by these messages, you're probably part of the problem and would likely behave the same way. I digress. Let's move on and show you the f***ing messages. These were sent in the AM. In the AM, you don't be sending these messages in the AM. Now, I don't know the context before this. This is what I got shown. Never say never. You've got a bit of an icy Fanta about you. What the f*** does that mean? I've Googled it and I still don't know what the f*** it means. So it's not mission impossible. Great. Might not be mission impossible, but is it mission impossible? That was obviously my friend's response. Oh my God, that is f***ing bright. Depends. Can you cook, clean and give good sloppy? Is that an appropriate message, sir? No, it is not. It gets worse. There's another one. Don't worry though, I'm handy to have around the house. I'll pick up the slack. I've got a big thumb and good with my tongue. A big thumb? That's not sexy. Do you know what I think when reading this message? I think, do you know like the cartoons where they like close their thumb in like a door or trap it or something? That's what I think. Like that's not turning anyone on, is it? Like, are we just playing a contest amongst the men? Like, let's who can say the most f***ing ridiculous thing to a woman and still keep her interested? Because some of the things I'm seeing now, what planet are you on? What planet? It's ridiculous. Like, you're not even trying to get a date at this point. You're not even trying to get anything at this point, because who is going to receive that message well? No woman that I know would enjoy those messages. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know. As I said, not all men, fine, but we're not excusing or condoning this behavior anymore because it's ridiculous. Anyway,
So the name on this, that doesn't even say a word, so we're just gonna say this is Miss No Name. Yeah, I think there's a lot of truth in what she's saying. I have to agree with her. You know, messages like that are not gonna turn girls on, bro. Trust me, seriously. There will be a handful of girls that like that sort of banter, but come on, bro. But you see, the more I hear about relationship issues, the more I realize that we're all just doing too much texting, don't you think? And what happens when you do too much texting? Too much texting leads to misunderstanding all the time. So why are we texting so much? When you're getting to know someone, do you think it's healthy to be texting like every day or all throughout the day? If communication is one of the main pillars of all relationships, then why are we not talking more? Me personally, when I'm just getting to know someone, I only use texting to arrange dates and arrange meetings, because you see how's your day been? Did you sleep well? All them sort of texts for me, they just kill the vibe. When you're trying to get to know someone, please don't text me how's my day been. I'm not going to text you how's your day been. If I want to know how's your day, if I want to know how your day has been, I'm just going to call you and ask you. Texting a girl and asking if she can cook, clean and give good slappy is not going to get you girls, bro. It's not going to get you cookies, bro. Seriously. You get back what you put out in this world, and that is just whack.
Just been scrolling this then, and I come across this bird, this like scouse bird, and she's saying, what's happening like with lads these days? No one asks you to go out on a date no more. It's all like get to ours or whatever. And I think I know what it is. I think I know the reason why. You know, years ago, you'd meet someone out, probably before my time this, because there's always been like BBM and the internet and that, which has made it easier, but you'd meet someone out and you knew what they looked like straight away. So you'd meet, exchange numbers, whatever. You know the script, you're attracted to them, sound, let's go out, take them on a date, fair play. Now, you'll meet someone online, they're stunning, like proper fit. So you'll agree to a date, you're like, sound, I'll pick you up at 7. Rock up to theirs at 7. They open the car door and you're like, you feel like saying, I think you've got in the wrong car there, you know. Like, who let you out without your filter on? And I'm not even saying that nastily. The way pictures are filtered now. And I think what it is so many lads have been stung. They don't want to take some bird out they've only been speaking to online for them to show up in person. Go from that solid 9.9 in the head to like a 4.3. You're going to end the night sitting there conversating with someone, because once the attraction's gone, the conversation's half gone as well. Like, love, I don't care what your son's done in nursery there though, you know. Whereas if she was fit, you was like, shut up. Has he, Daddy's proper clever, isn't he? Yeah. So you're about a 1 down and you've had to sit there chatting for a few hours to this bird you're not attracted to. So yeah, I think that's why men don't date now, because we've all been catfished, and it's like you have to commit to something. They can't get in your car and you say even though you think it, you can't say, I think this is a bad idea, you know, love, get out my car right now. You've just got to see it through to the end, and that's the problem. So lads, if you're getting on someone, just say, yeah, sound, I'll pick you up, you'll go on a little walk around the park, have a coffee or whatever, and do something chill like that. Don't commit to no long ass date. So yeah, unfortunately that's my reply to that girl. She probably won't see this, but I think that's why lads don't want to commit to dates now, because I reckon the girl who shows up looks like nothing she looked like online.
Another no name on this one. You know what's crazy? I've been in Liverpool for 20 years, yeah. And I can confirm to you today that Scousers are the funniest people in the country. Trust me. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. They're just naturally funny. Now what he's saying has some merit to it. Definitely does. If you're only online dating, then this can be a common thing that happens to you. But regarding taking girls out on a first date, if she's from a dating app, then the first date is literally just a hot drink and a talk. Seeing as we've never even met each other before in real life, why should it be anything different? If we've already met already, then there should be no problem. Here's a little tip for men when they're dating. I'm not a dating coach, but I've got a few little tips. We've all got little tips. We can all learn from each other, yeah. But what I found is dating is a lot better when you're an active person. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. When you're doing active, enjoyable things, that enables you to invite different women to different events and different things, instead of just like inviting girl for dinner, or go to the cinema, or just go for a drink. What enjoyable activities do you do? Do you go hiking? Do you go fishing? Do you watch live sports? Do you go to yoga? Do you go to live comedy shows and stuff like that? Just taking a girl for dinner is what every other man she meets is doing. It's how different are you really?
You know, one thing I don't understand is when a man asks me, what do you bring to the table? I have green eyes. What do you mean? What do you bring to the table? What more do I need to, like, bro?
Sarah lives. I can imagine this girl just sitting there on a date. Just sitting there with no conversation whatsoever. Just thinking to herself, you know, I've got green eyes. Maybe I don't need a personality.
As a woman, what do you bring to the table? And I know this question triggers a lot of people when it comes from men, but if we want these high value men and the men that are going to treat us well and are of substance, we need to be able to answer that question, because looks can only carry you so far. Being a woman of substance will get you those high quality men. And I always get a DM from girls asking like, oh, Yolanda, how are you even getting this many, these men to pay for your dates in the first place? So I'm thinking, you've got to be interesting. You've got to have more to yourself than just your looks. Your looks will only carry you so far, right? I mean, if you do want someone that's going to objectify you, I guess it's okay to run on looks. But for me personally, I want a high value man, a high value person. So, you know, I also need to be asking myself, what do I bring to the table? And I think as women, like sisters, friends, we need to be also asking each other, okay, cool, like, you're pretty, but what else? You know? Yeah, food for thought, because we want the high value men, we want the high value relationships, but what do we as females bring to the table?
Yolanda. Now, did you hear what she said there? If you're okay with someone just to objectify you based on how you look, then that's cool. You don't need to answer that question. Yolanda laid this out so perfectly, there's not really much I can add here. But just to add some balance, if you as a man don't have nothing to bring to the table, then you shouldn't be asking a woman what she has to bring to the table. It's really that simple.
Do you know when you go on a walk to clear your head because you've been chatting to someone for a while, like a month, 2 months or whatever, and it's just been like constant green flags, and you're always talking about meeting up and how you can't wait to see each other, and then you just look back and they've removed you off of everything. Well, that's where I'm at right now. It doesn't feel good. Like, I just don't understand it. Whereas I've never chatted to somebody like every day for weeks on end and told them how much I want to meet up with them, and then just, you know, oh, I'm busy, and never following through with it, and then just completely removed them off of everything. Like, and if it happens once, you might think like, you know, I think I'll never mind and push it aside, but if it happens multiple times, you start to wonder what the issue is. And you might be watching this thinking like, oh, why don't you go find someone else? It's not a big deal, like, chin up. But as a guy who doesn't get like loads of attention from women, I can't just go out and find someone else. Like, I can't, like, I haven't got, you know, 8 matches on Tinder today that I'll just choose one of them or whatever. It's not like that. It really isn't. I'm at the stage now where I just want to settle down and find my person and that, but it just seems so hard, and it shouldn't be like this. Like, I'm the only one in my family, literally the only one in my family, and that includes like cousins and, you know, everyone who's not in a relationship. Everyone else has found somebody, but I still haven't. And I'd really love to, and it's just like a bit jarring, and you see people sometimes and they're like, oh, have you not got a girlfriend? And I'm like, no, I haven't. Or I'm never seeing anybody. And I hate getting asked that question. Are you seeing? Yeah, I hate being asked that question, like, are you seeing anybody? Because it's not like I feel it's an invasion of privacy. It's just because the answer's always the same. I'm never seeing anybody. And yeah, and you're hearing about everyone else and meeting up, seeing each other, people in relationships, and you're seeing it all on social media, and sometimes you just wish it was you, you know, like, you want that naturally, but I feel like as humans that's a natural sort of instinct to want that. Yeah, it's just frustrating. And I know some people say, oh well, maybe you're trying too hard or whatever, or it comes to you when you're not looking for it. I mean, I've tried trying, I suppose. I wouldn't even class like what I'm doing right now as trying. I've got dating apps. I'll have a swipe on them like every week, maybe once a week. I wouldn't say I'm really trying. But then again, if I delete dating apps, I'm not suddenly going to have like 10 people message me. But yeah, I'm sure there are people out there that can relate to this, but yeah, it's just shit, innit?
Harry Patterson. He asked if there's anyone that can relate to his story, and I'm sure there's many men out there that can relate. But it doesn't have to be this way. There are some solutions to Harry's issues, but there's a few things that he needs to cut out first. Talking to girls online or through text for months, cut that straight away. It sounds like the girl he was talking to was obviously talking to other guys and obviously just chose the other guy in the end. Don't be anyone's pen pal. 2 days I'm talking to max, and then the texts are just to arrange a meeting. Another thing to cut out, comparing yourself to other family members and other friends. They are not you. We all have a different path in life to walk. Some of the people that you see in relationships now, they might look happy now, but tomorrow is never promised. Trust me, nothing is ever promised. It's only time that has the answers. There are many people that I knew 5 years ago that were in happy, loving relationships. And some of them people now hate each other. Some of the men that I know are on CSA, child support, and things can get crazy. So don't compare yourself to anyone else. So what are Harry's solutions? Be more active, get in the gym, new style of clothing, read some important books, go to places where you can interact naturally with people. And then if you meet someone that you are attracted with, you're already naturally in a conversation with that person. Go to live shows, maybe do some yoga, go to some sports events, etc., etc. Analyze your location. Do you need to move? Do you need to travel to find your partner? Can you even afford a relationship? Do you have friends that will help you in social settings? Trust me, there's a way around every hurdle.
I hate to be the one to say this to women out there, but men just don't need you anymore. Men do not need women anymore. It's taken a while, but men have finally seen the light and realised that women are just not worth the hassle. Now, any women watching this, you might not want to believe this is the truth. You might actually laugh and find it quite hard to believe, purely because of everything that's going on at the moment, all the man hating on social media and women thinking 100% that they have the upper hand. But I am here to tell you, as Tabby who tells the truth, that the tides are officially turning. Men have realised that they don't need you anymore. They're not going to be running after you, chasing you, trying to buy you dinner, sending you loads of messages and compliments, because they've had enough. They actually realise, especially men of a certain age who have gone through a lot of SHIT with women before, that it's just not worth the hassle. They're happier with their friends, they're happier with just seeing their children, they're happier with their pets, their hobbies, and that it's women that actually need men, not the other way around. They may not realise this right now, but even on the most basic level, women need men for the human race to continue. Yes, I know the same as vice versa, but they do need men. But there are so many other reasons why women are going to realise that they actually do want men. I'm actually waiting for things to turn and the whole Prince Charming thing to come back again and women to be like wanting a man so badly. But yeah, at the moment, men are realising, I see it all over my comments, that they just don't need women anymore, and I just can't wait to see when women finally realise this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree? Have you officially had enough of women? And have a great Thursday.
This clip here from Tabby tells the truth. Now, I will always say that men need women, but the truth in what The truth in what Tabby's saying is that maybe men don't need the women in their country. I can't say I'm completely done with women, because I haven't even met a fraction of half of the women on the planet. So I can't say that. The world has billions of people, and if you're out here trying to live your best life, then you will already know that. Anyone thinking that life is better alone, or that you'll do better or you'll have more enjoyment alone, then I really feel for you, because as bad as you may think people are, we all need each other. Let's stop kidding ourselves. In the UK, what I will say is women have been conditioned to think that they don't need a man until they see a light on their dashboard, or they need a new boiler. When I heard that the other day, I did laugh. Shout to Chizo and his channel. Women don't need a man until they see a light on their dashboard. And then it's not a woman they're calling a man, innit? There you go.
Men are so weird. Girls, I'm on your side. Men are so weird now. Because I can't take this anymore, bro. Because why did I just realize and found out today that men will message girls out of their own time? Like, you message the girl when she's done nothing to you, you let her catch feelings for you, and you them over. Like, what? And then certain man had the cheek to then what? To then come back after a few months and say, oh, I've changed. Like, I was just doing this and that. Like, can we try again? And they do it again. They repeat the cycle over and over again. Just keep breaking the girl's heart. Like, what? Bro, what's wrong with you, bro? Like, it gets me thinking, like, are you alright mentally? Like, what's wrong? Like, what has that girl done to you? You wouldn't do that to your mum. So what has that poor girl done to you? Like, I can't, I'm getting mad, bro. I'm getting mad. Like, me, if I'm ever to take a girl serious, why am I playing with her heart? Like, what am I doing that for? Like, why am I wasting time? She could have found love. Nah, I don't play with this girl's heart. Who am I to play with someone's heart?
Hendrix TV. I hear you, Hendrix. I hear you. But no need to get mad, bro. Men that do this, I agree with you, they are mentally unstable. Mentally unstable like many people in the UK right now. Now, every case is different. There may be men out there that are doing this because they've been hurt and they're just giving out what they've been given, but I still don't condone that behavior. In my 20s, I took many for granted. Yeah, I was a fool. At the same time, girls were doing me wrong as well. But hopefully we all learn from our mistakes quickly. The worst a man can do is put his hands on a woman. The worst a woman can do is say, it's your baby. Let's just treat each other a bit better. That's what I'd say.
I've only gone and done it. I've done something wild. I went on a date. It's literally been about 2 years. I've not stepped foot outside of this house with a man because I've not wanted to. I've been right here on this sofa, dedicated to this sofa. The sofa's sick of me sitting on it. I don't want to be a negative Nancy, right? But my experiences with men have been so bad that I'm just no longer interested in it. Like, dating, that is. So anyway, this opportunity comes up to go on a date with this man. So I thought, do you know what, Chloe? You're sitting and you're rotting away on this sofa. Give someone a chance. I have to open my heart at some point in life, right? And I've only gone and done a Summer Fox, haven't I? I have gone on a date with a Canadian man. And the date went well. The date went extremely well. This man was polite. He was not inappropriate. He was funny. He had me belly laughing. Not a lot of people can get me to belly laugh. Anyway, my point is, how bad can my luck be that the one time I decide to entertain a man and go on a date, he lives a million miles away from me? Like, what have I actually done to deserve this? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this man's my soulmate or anything, but he has kind of changed my mind about men. Maybe there are some good ones left. And ladies, I'm not gonna lie, I've realised this London here, right, it's bad vibes. Maybe your soulmate is not in the UK. I'm proud of myself. I'm really coming out of my comfort zone.
You know what, Chloe J? We're proud of you too. Because as I've said before, you never find nothing in your comfort zone. You never discover nothing new in your comfort zone. She said that the vibe in London is bad, but in London you have a lot more foreigners, so you have a lot more options to meet different types of people. Use that to your advantage if you live in London. You know what? I also think that some of us need to be hurt, and some of us need to spend some time alone for us to then realize and appreciate other people, and also to learn a lot about ourselves. It's an important journey in life, I believe.
I feel like there's a long-standing beef between this particular subject which I'm about to mention, and I'm probably going to get a bit of hate for it, but that's okay because it's the truth, and I love the truth. When lads are mates, and we are good mates, we tend to terrorise each other, we call each other names, and we're not nice to each other, do you know what I mean? But that's part of our friendship, that's part of being a mate. We take the piss, do you know what I mean? We call each other fat if you put a bit of weight on you, you know what I mean? If you're looking skinny, what have you been? You've been taking heroin or something, you punter. Like, that's just humour in my eyes. As a lad, a lot of men are the same, innit? So, here's my problem. Let's focus on what women do. Look, women, yeah, are happy to glaze their mates with things that aren't correct or true. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, but that's just about confidence. It's about making your mates feel good, even if they don't feel good. That's fine. Make your mates feel good. Be there for them. Support them through the hard times. But you can't sit there, right, and tell a woman that she's gorgeous. Oh my God, slay queen. Slay the dragon, mate. She's built like a unit. Do you know what I mean? You can't sit there when a woman is like really big, like borderline heart attack, yeah. And you look in the comments and it's slay queen, fitty, gorge girl, and it's like, no, they're being nice, but being nice isn't being honest, and I feel like people need a bit more honesty in today's world. You should tell you want to get the gym, or you know what I mean? You want to maybe not eat them favours. And I know a lot of people are going to come at me and be like, it's just confidence. How can you even say things like that? It's because it's true. You're building a fake mindset for these people where it's like, she thinks she's a 10. You know what I mean? If you're that girl who's out there who's built like a fridge, would you not rather your mate say to you, look, you're putting a bit of weight on, you'd feel better if you lost it, I'll help you do it, rather than sit there in your comment section, yeah, telling you that you look like Kim Kardashian when you know you don't, and do nothing to help you. I'm not being nasty here, I'm just being dead straight honest with you, because if it was me, I'd much rather my mate be like, you're looking fat, lad, we need to get the gym, let's sort it out. But saying that in 2025, oh my God, put me in jail and throw away the key. I'm no oil painting yet, I'm not skinny, do you know what I mean? I've still got a bit of beef to lose, me, before summer lands, but I know that though, my mates let me know that. We rinse into each other for it, and I feel like when you're creating this, as much as it's lovely to comment on your mate's pictures telling it, slay, whoa, amazing, boss, but also like, think about the health too, maybe, do you know what I mean? And if boss being nice, it really is, but like, I can't wrap my head around it, me. It's just like, I'd rather someone insult me and be right and make me think, hang on, so I need to sort my shit out a bit of you, than all my mates be like, bro, the six-pack is hardcore, and really, I haven't even got a six-pack. I'm you know what I mean, in the waiting room for diabetes injections or something. Like, it's just mad, innit? It's a mad world, it's a snowflake world, and I know people are gonna hate it, people are gonna be like, how can you even say that? But it's the truth. Get on with it.
This clip from Paul Burns. Being nice isn't being honest a lot of the times in the UK, and that I would have to agree with 100%. I'm sure I commented on a previous video of this guy, and again, another Scouser, hilarious. I know you were laughing watching that clip as well, because I was just, what he said as well isn't really that hard to prove or to notice when you go online and you start reading comments to certain pictures and videos. The way I see it, we're all free to live and say what we want, but having self-awareness will help you to understand and recognize when you're just talking stupidness or just acting a fool. As for Paul, I swear you should consider stand-up comedy. I'm being serious. If there's anyone that can get this kid on, get him on, trust me, quickly.
The second date was Sunday, and now it's all gone wrong, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Oh my God. That is all I'm going to say. I am going to say. I'm now going to tell you. Grab a drink. It's going to be, I'm losing my voice, a long one. Okay, so if you don't already know, I went on a date. It was over a week ago. Everything went absolutely wonderful. We really got on. He made me giggle. We had such a lovely first date. He would always message me to the point where his messaging was a little bit too much for me. But I'm one of these where I'll meet your energy. So he'd always message me at 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, morning, how did you sleep? And it would be continuous texting through the day and on the evening. So he was very consistent with communication, as in he'd message me say, and I didn't want to be horrible and say I don't need to know, but he'd message me, oh, I've just got home from work and I've just got back from the gym. So yeah, good communicator, ticking all the boxes. It all went tits up. So Sunday, we went on our second date, right? The date was great. We went bowling. Why is my video like, I look like I'm like moving. I don't know if you can see like your end, but it's really weird, my camera. I'm gonna sit back a little bit. So we went bowling and had such a laugh. However, every time I turned my back to bowl, I could see he kept texting and then quickly putting his phone down. So that's a red flag for me straight away. Now, again, I match whoever I'm dating, I match their energy. So just to give you a bit of context, on our first date, he was like, oh, you know, are you dating anybody else? Are you and I was like, no. I was like, I am actually only messaging you. And I was like, what about yourself? You know, because you are new to dating, I'm not. I've been on dating for a while. And he's like, no, I'm only messaging you. I only want to talk, you know, I'm just talking to you. So he just made it clear. So I was like, okay. Now, if he just said, oh, you know, I do want to see how it goes on the dating app to date like others, I would have been like, do you know what, that's fine, I'll do the same. But he didn't. And he'd always throw digs in the messages saying, oh, are you off out on a date tonight? And I'd be like, I'm not dating anybody else. And he was very much like, if I'd put, I didn't even notice, because I don't look into these things. He would always put 4 kisses on the text messages. I hadn't really noticed until he brought this up. And then the one day I'd put, it was either 2 or 3 kisses, and he messaged me saying, have I done something wrong? You've only put 3 kisses. And I was like, I didn't even notice, like I'm just typing. No, you haven't done anything wrong. So he was always very conscious about upsetting me, and you know, I could tell he was really eager, and that was nice. Okay, well, anyway, so the second date, yeah, we went bowling, and like, as I say, every time I kept turning my back, I did notice him keep texting. So I was like, right, this ain't a good sign at all. You know, you're out on a date with me. I'd booked and paid the tickets for bowling, which I said I would do, and that's fine. And anyway, I'll just carry on actually. So then we finished our games, and then we went and played in the arcade, and we had such a giggle, like literally, we were like 2 big kids. We did not stop laughing. It was wonderful. The date finished early, because it was early when we met, and we were finished by about 8. We both walked back to the multi-storey car park, had a bit of a kiss, and we both went on our way. And then when I got home, I sort of, you know, got home, and now you'd think, because the date finished early, that you would just carry on like chatting, like for the evening, and he just went quiet. And I didn't hear from him at all. So I was like, okay, you know, it's a bit odd because he's been so full on with the texting, you get used to it. And I just messaged, it was about 10 o'clock, and I just put, is everything okay? Like, you're really quiet. And he just messaged back saying, and this, I think this is a bit of a, it just makes you feel a bit shitty. He put, yeah, I'm just chilling, I've got nothing to do, I'm just chilling on TikTok. I thought you'd be busy with the kids. Now he knows my little one's in bed by 7:30. So I was like, right, okay. And I just thought, your attention is elsewhere. And he'd been online all night, I'd noticed. And again, I don't normally look into these things, but you know when you just get that feeling. So that was that. I just said good night. Then Monday, he sent the usual morning text. I replied, and then I didn't hear anything from him until about 6 hours later. And it was me who sent the message 6 hours later. Again, very unusual. So by now I'm thinking, his attention is elsewhere. You know, I'm not stupid. If he wasn't a texter, which one of the dates I was dating previously, he wasn't a texter. So sometimes you wouldn't even hear off him, and that's okay. Like, I'll match your energy. So with this guy, I just knew. And I was right, by the way. Always am. And it just gets worse, literally worse. Okay. And I should have seen the red flags from the beginning, but I didn't. I did. But yeah, it was just one of them where I just thought, okay, I'm just going to give this guy a chance. And so on the Monday, so I messaged saying, like, I put, is everything okay? Like, you're really quiet with me. His response, and I just think this is just so, like, quite like, I took an offence to this. His reply was, I'm busy and I'm focusing on myself right now. And I just thought, wow, okay. So just to rewind a little bit, in between the first and the second date, he had been going through a rough time, basically, mentally. And to be quite honest, for somebody to tell someone who you're just dating is quite off-putting. Now, I'm one of these where, and he did say to me, I bet you're going to run a mile. And I was like, do you know what? No, I'm not. Like, I'm here for you, even as a friend. Every morning I'd send him positive text messages, bigging him up, offering advice. So things like telling him about listening to quotes, podcasts, do a bit of reading, do a bit of manifesting, do some meditation. Like, I was recommending loads of different things to help him on his journey, right? I don't have to do this. Like, I've only been on one date with you, but I did because I've got a big heart, right? Even though at the end he called me a horrible woman, right? So, and he's all blocks and everything on everything. So what had happened was, with that response, because I don't take shit no more. Like, I've been on this dating scene to, like, I know the signs when they're not interested. I know when they're clearly chatting to somebody else. I don't want to waste my time. Like, it's one of them. I just shut it down. So I replied back saying, with that response that you've sent me, it is very clear that you don't want to carry on, because by saying that, and in the same message you put something about, I need to be around positive thoughts or something. Ain't it funny? I'm the most positive person that you'll ever meet. I am half glass full, and he should know that with the positive messages that I was sending every single day, day in, day out. We're going to have to go to part 2.
Nah, I don't think we've got time for part 2. Seriously, that was like nearly 10 minutes. This was from Westmead's Mama on a Budget. The most important lesson from this story is what? Never ignore red flags. That's like the first rule of dating. Is that not the first rule of dating? Never ignore red flags. It's as simple as that. Red flags are there for a reason. It's also good to remember that there are major flags and minor flags. Minor flags do exactly what they say on the tin. They're just minor. Nothing to really worry about. However, constant texting from morning till night every day, major red flag. Concerned that you didn't leave 3 kisses at the end of your message. Major red flag. Listen, if you're still watching at this point, then you heard the story. You heard all of the, you saw she ignored all of the flags. And that is my main point to her clip. She ignored the flags and received what she received. The guy was mentally unwell, clearly unwell. He shouldn't have been dating at all. But also, why is she giving these sort of men a chance? We all have mental issues. We all have to check ourselves. And the reason I say that is simple. Is because love is an emotion that clouds logic and reason. Don't be a lemon. I'll see you on the other side, yeah? Peace.
She's got me thinking of all the things I do, all the things I do. She's working undercover, but so am I. And that's your baby mama, she ain't even mine. I've never had to go anywhere, cause she's got what I need, my undercover lover. I saw potential in another brother's baby mother. You're judging me, but you don't.